Hello guys, happy Monday. How are you? Welcome in. When you pop on, feel free to say hello. You no longer see that red live button. You have caught me on replay. Please hit hashtag replay. Let me know that you were here. We're going to work on some bottles today. So I'm gonna wait for a few of you to pop on. And then I'm just going to pull y'all up. Hey Trace, how are you? Welcome. How was your weekend? Hello, Miss Donna Sue. Welcome in. How is everybody? Hello. How are you? Hello, Terry. Hello, Miss Diane. How are you? My hands are not cooperating. Hello, Miss Cheryl. Let's see. Well, I guess it doesn't want to do it. Oh, well, now it does. Jeez. For the love of Pete. Hey, Trish. Hello, Terry. Jeanette. Welcome in, ladies. I'm just pulling y'all up, sharing you out, and then we can start. I already prepped one because, hi, Jeanette. Weekend quiet. I'm boring. Same thing here, Trace. I'm doing good. It's very boring here. Very, very. So I feel ya. Hello, Lori. As soon as I find it. Hello, Evelyn. Hi, Roxanne. Hi, Gail. But I did not know. They came in and left so quick that no, I did not get it put back together. I will get it put back together and I'll show you guys as soon as I finish it. My hands won't let me do it. So it's too small for me. So they'll all be here actually next Sunday. Hi, Sheila. Thank you for sprinkling. Hi, Linda. Hi, Cheryl. So they'll be all here next Sunday for dinner. And then I'll have them one of them do it then. I'll actually have my son, my daughter-in-law, my, hi Deb, I will have my Lucas, Sophie, my daughter, and my son-in-law will be here. So I'm doing dinner. And they'll all be here. Okay. Hello, hello. So how is everybody? Hello, Sheila. All right. Hi, Laura. I am so not adding up over here. Wow, that is like major delayed reaction on my phone. How weird is that? Hi, Diana. How are you? So we're doing fine line. I don't know if I want to do fine line on both of these. The box did not come, no. And when I looked it up, Trish, it says arriving late and it doesn't give me a date now. It's so weird. Hi, Bonnie. It's like waiting for the next episode to a series. I know, Gail. I'm sorry. Oh, I got a couple Gails in here. Hi, Gail. How are you? I was like, did I say hi to Gail? Okay, so look. If you guys have been to Dollar Tree, so trees my hair is everywhere. Look how cute these are. And I was like, do I want to do trees because they're Christmassy? And I thought, well, I mean, why the heck not? They're cute, right? And then I was like, why can't I put them into a bottle? So I'm going to show you how I did this because I don't like the wire thing and how big this is. So these actually, watch. Now this one's nope. So there's like a little dab of glue in there or something that supposedly holds it down, but they unscrew off of the wood base. I bought Give Line and haven't tried it yet. Good to get another lesson. Oh, fine line? Yes. And then I just took my cutters. We're going to see how short this has to go. And that actually cuts pretty easily. And then you can screw it back in. And I put a dab of E6000 in there. So let's see how short I want this to go. Hi, Glorious. How are you? I think I can go a tiny bit shorter. Hi, Estella. Hello, Patricia. Welcome in, ladies. I'm going to take just another tiny little sliver off of there, I think. That might be good. Let me just make sure. The heck did I do? I just don't want it showing. So you just cut it off. Like I said, those are wire cutters. It seems to cut pretty easily. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some B7000 is what I used. And I'm going to put a little bit of B7000 right over that hole. Hi, Kathy. There's like a little bit of glue sticking up. I'm just going to see if I can't get it off of there. Or see if I can't sand it down. There we go. How are you, Miss Kathy? So I'm going to take a little bit of B7000 and I'm just going to put a big old, maybe, glorious, no. Hi, Phyllis. Somebody else had just asked. I did not, because my son-in-law came over and checked the dryer for me, or the washer for me, and he was down there forever, taking the washer apart, putting it back together, all that fun stuff, and then they had to take off. So everybody will be over here this weekend, this Sunday, I think, for dinner, and I'll have him do it then, unless he gets the part for the washer in. But no, I didn't have time to even ask them to do that. Hello, Bonnie, how are you? Okay, so that's all I did with those. And they have these in like a green, I don't know, they have them in all different colors. I think they even have blue, I'm not quite sure. Maybe there's a yellow one. I don't remember. I liked this one. I thought it looked just kind of vintage and kind of went with Easter. And even though it's got some of those bright colored eggs on there, it's super subtle and I think they're cute. So I have this bottle. This bottle came from Dollar Tree, and the reason I'm holding it this way is because I did put the first step of fine line on there. So this one's going to go on here. Hi, Tanya. Hi, Gail. So this one's going to go on here. And then I have, this is like an old vintage bottle that I've had sitting around forever, primed. And I was going to use it for another project. So yes, we're hoping that all it is this hose to the hot water. You know what? I washed Ziva's dog bed in cold water today and forgot to go check. So there's this old little vintage bottle. We're going to put this one on top here. But what I think we're going to do first is we're going to paint that wood base and we're going to cover it with ribbon. Hello, Laura. What's for dinner? Well, I think I'm making zuppa, and then I don't know. I'm gonna have everybody bring like a little bit of something. So for the washer, it's like a $30 part. They're getting it for me, so he's like, I'll just order it for you. It's cheap enough, and when it comes in, I'll fix it. So he turned the hot water off down there, and I can only wash in cold, which that's fine. It is what it is. Hopefully that fixes it. At least that's what we think. He's pretty sure that's what's wrong with it. So hopefully it lasts me a while. That's all I got to say. Okay, so I'm just using Folk Art matte and vintage white, and we're going to paint the bottom. Yeah, that's what I'm hoping for, Gail. We're going to paint the bottom of these little trees in the vintage white. I really don't want the wood base. Well, we're going to actually paint that bottle with vintage white too. So I'm going to pull some of that out. And I'm just, oh my gosh, I glued the stinking thing, didn't I? What a bozo. I guess I should have painted them while they were off. Whichever, they're wood, they'll dry fast. So the bottle you painted and then put step one. So no, this one came from Dollar Tree. This was already just a white bottle. Like it has that white shine to it. I didn't have to do anything to it. I just put the fine line right over the bottle itself. So you can actually put fine line right over your glass. I'm sure quite a few of you have seen me do that. So if you have like colored bottles, I'll tell you what it's really pretty on is some of those blue bottles and the green bottles. Like the deeper, richer green is what I like to use. But yes, you can put fine line right over glass. You don't even have to paint it. And that one was already white, so it was perfect. I feel like I want to paint the... hi, Sandra. We're just going to take this off. I'll reglue it. It'll be fine. I'm going to pop that off. I don't want any of that wood showing. I kept my old washer so I could wash blankets in the shed and wash clothes in the house. Saves lots of time. I bet it does. Yes, you can paint it. Yes, I would absolutely prime it first because it is still very slick. So yes, prime it, paint it. Like this one's primed. That one's not painted. It's primed. Yeah, put the fine line over the blue. Is it like a cobalt blue? Is that the kind of blue you have? It's really pretty over like the sky blue kind of looking thing too. But yeah, you could do it directly over glass and then, you know, kind of get creative with it and it'd be really pretty is red. Hi, Karen. I think red, I've done red. So yeah, red and then put fine line and do the gold pigments. That's super, super pretty. But I'll tell you what's really pretty over it too is, you guys love the soft touch, right? Put soft touch over a red bottle and oh my God, I love red. So soft touch over a red bottle is beautiful the way it mattifies it. And then gives it that beautiful like soft look. Oh, Miss Edie, did you get snowed in? Did you get that much snow? It's supposed to get cold here and then warm up and then get cold again. But I think next week towards the end, well, no, I'm lying to you. So this weekend, it's going to be chilly and then it's supposed to go to like 57. Hey, Molly, you could do it over orange. I'll tell you what's really pretty is that like vintage orange, like it's like a burnt orange. Have you seen those? That's really pretty. You see a lot of vases in that color. I'm just going to put a little water on my brush just to keep it damp and a little bit over my paint while I'm kind of putting these back together. So I'm going to go back in with B7000. Actually, I'm going to do it right over the metal. So it kind of screws on down into the wood. Sure have lots of snow. Oh my goodness. Well, I hope you have what you need, that you don't have to go out in this, Miss Edie. I hate to see you go out in that kind of weather. Can't wait to try it. All right, Andrew, really? Like, I'm trying really nice to be nice. Please do the same back. Didn't get snowed in, but got more snow. Hi, Phyllis. Oh, you were already... I see they're still doing the repeating back. Yes, please stay safe. All right, so we're doing, remember the little Easter eggs? These were from last year's Essential Stencil. When I did that bunny bottle, I got the bunny stencil from Miss Kathy, and I got 2 of these eggs from her. And how stinking cute would these be on those little bottles? And then I have some beautiful chiffon ribbon that actually came from Miss Sue. Look how adorable that's gonna be. And just make 2 adorable little cute bottles. I think this one is gonna go on here. I bet glorious. So they're just gonna be cute, sweet little bottles, I think. They're not gonna be like anything super fancy. So what I need to let me get my paint on the one, and then we'll decide what we want to do with it after that. Hello, Miss Kim, how are you? Are they adorable? I think they're gonna be super cute. Hi, Penelope. How are you? You love those? They're adorable. We didn't get out when it's snowing. Hi, Rita. All right, Andrew. He is suspended, y'all. I try really hard to be patient. I really do, but he has some bad days, and there's no, that's just too distracting for me. So I'm actually not gonna paint. We're gonna pounce this in. I kind of want to give it a vintage vibe. He can't come back in for a little bit. He's on timeout. And I feel bad because, you know, you can't help it, but sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. He is, yes, exactly. He is special needs, and I get it. So, like I said, we do have a timeout button as opposed to blocking, so that's all I did. What did I do with my little, there it is. Yes, I do. Well, I don't. I just know him from lives and so forth, and I know his situation, and try to be patient. So, I don't know how I want to do this. So one's going to be fine lined. Maybe we'll just, I don't know, make this kind of like vintagey like. So this other bottle is going to be fine line. This one is not. Yeah, he's just, usually when that happens, he's just having a bad day. And like I said, we have the option to just do a quick little timeout, and he'll know, and he'll be back tomorrow and apologize. Like I said, he doesn't mean it. Or we can fine line this one too and put the Umbra in here. What do you guys think? We can still, I feel like I could do the classic crackle too. Let's do the classic crackle on this one instead of the fine line. Let's dry it. Oh, Doris, you're sweet. Thank you. We'll do the classic crackle on this one. Oh, yes, I absolutely can. I'm sorry. Well, if I'm going to wear paint, I absolutely can. You inspired, try to make a bottle craft. Well, go for it, Rita. I love doing bottles. Now, here's my goal, is I don't drop my phone. Hold on, because I just totally scrolled everything to the back. Could you move your camera? Yes, absolutely, Miss Donna. All right, here's... If this phone falls, y'all, I need a new phone holder and light and, you know, all the things. Oh my goodness. Stay. Okay. Sorry if I took y'all for a ride. Hi, Lisa. Thank you, Miss Doris, for sprinkling. Appreciate that very much. So like I said, I have 2 here. So my first step of fine line is already dry on the 1 bottle. We'll do classic on this one. So I'll get the first step on this one. And step 1 is the same for all the crackles. So it is universal. Really, Erin? That's so funny. Do them, Penelope. I always say do it. You never, you know, I don't know. I just love doing them. So this is going to have a little texture to it because we did pounce with the sponge. And then when you guys do them, here's the thing. You guys will post your projects. Oh, and Sue, can you message me because I need to ask you a question. Thank you, Sue. Sue's already putting the link in for TH Decor for the crackles. I need you to do something for me, possibly if you could. But when I see your guys' projects, I'm like, did they say they were scared to do that? Because your work is beautiful. You can post in my VIP group anytime. I'm going to try to do Saturdays every day to put a post out for you guys to post your projects on like my main page. Just know that in either group, so Nicole's Recycled Treasures VIP, Sue, you're quick. Oh, thank you, Donna Sue. The only thing I ask is no sales. So if I see, you know, trying to sell, it's not going to be able to be posted. So no sales. You can go in as your business page, all that fun stuff. That way, if you're in on your business page, if people want to follow, it gives them a chance to follow you back. So I like to help other people out and, you know, go in as your business page and post when you see me ask you to share your projects or go onto my VIP page. And by the way, I did post something just a little bit ago. It's a save the date. So those of you that know, like, I haven't done the last 2. Miss Terry does all of them. Thank you, Sue. The mystery box events. Did you, Tanya? I'll have to go back and look. I was on some phone calls today, so I didn't get a chance to go on and check my page very much today. This was primed. And then I just put on, with a pouncer, matte vintage white. So we're going to go in with one more coat. I'm going to actually take this out. So I was saying, Lisa with Crazy Moms Creations does in the Crazy Craftin' Crew, if you're not part of that page, she does the mystery box events, and Lisa's so stinking sweet. Lisa was one of the first people when I started coming on and doing lives to actually reach out to me, and that's how I'll always remember her. And she was so sweet to me and so welcoming, and I adore that lady. But she's actually on the 22nd. instead of a mystery box event, I will actually have some pieces that I'll be offering up for sale that day. So you guys were asking, I haven't decided if I want to do it auction style or just, you know, this price, buy it. I may do a little mix of both. I don't have a time yet, but just keep an eye out because we will be posting all that very soon. And I know there's several creators in that day's event, so. Hi, Chrissy. I use bonding primer from Pen Art, which you can find on my TH Decor link, or I use the Bullseye spray primer, the 123 spray primer. And it just depends on if you have somewhere to prime in the winter or the weather. If you don't, I always recommend the bonding primer by Pen Art. It goes on beautifully smooth. I love it, especially for bottles or glass, period. I mean, it works great on anything, but as a lover of glass, that's how I fell in love with the bonding primer, or trays, anything like that, because it's not super thick or sticky or anything like that. It's nice and smooth. Hi, Becky. How are you? So what did you all do this weekend? Did a whole heck of a lot of nothing. My daughter came over with my son-in-law yesterday to check the washer, and then that was about it. There was nothing else exciting going on. I'm just gonna wet down my sponge because until I get it to the sink, hi Marianne, I don't want it to dry out. So I'm gonna put this right here and pray it doesn't fall. I asked the post office to pick up my packages and they didn't pick them up on Saturday. So, I went today to the post office, ran to the store, Dollar Tree. That's it. You crafted? Oh, Tanya, I hope he's okay. I hope he's feeling better. Okay, so we have these two. So if you just popped on, we have these beautiful stencils from last year's Essential Stencil Easter line. And then these trees that come from Dollar Tree, we snipped off the metal and I made them short so that, you know, the bottom of the tree would be closer to the tree. No, Becky, my son-in-law ordered the part, and as soon as he gets the part in, they'll be back. But I think we're doing dinner Sunday, so maybe we'll wait till Sunday. It was something with the hot water line, or one of the hot water hose or something, it was leaking. So he's gonna fix it for me. And then the same thing is going on this one. And we're actually gonna wrap the bottom of that trunk with a pink ribbon. And then I have some beautiful chiffon ribbon that's gonna go around the necks of these bottles. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna put the first step for the classic crackle on here. So no fine line on this one. This one's gonna get the classic crackle. So this is the first step. They said they had the flu and got over it, and now he caught a nasty cold. Oh no. Doesn't it? I love it. And this is a vintage bottle that I had two of them. I did something with the one. I think I put an IOD transfer on the one. I thought I had another one, but I don't believe I do. Y'all, I'm running out of vintage bottles. I'll tell you that much. What the Sam Hill? Alrighty. Well, I hope he recovers really, really fast. So Classic Crackle, different than Fine Line. It is water-based. It has the same, step 1 is the same as the Fine Line though. You just get a different crackle on it. And you can use a water-based sealer. So there is still some drying time with this. So we're gonna put this on, and then we'll put step 2 of the Fine Line on the other bottle. Hi Carmen, how are you? He is doing better, good. Thank you, Miss Sue. So the Classic Crackle has a lot more crackle to it, but we want this one to kind of look vintage. The other one, we're gonna do more like along the Fine Line vibes with a little bit of vintage flair to it, I guess. I mix it all up. Y'all know how I do. Because I can. There's Miss Lisa. I was just telling everybody about the 22nd. And about how much I absolutely adore you. Thank you, Lisa. Hi, Meg. How are you? So we're going to come up here a little bit. I don't think we're going to go all the way up the neck because we're going to put so much ribbon, but I am going to do here just to be safe. How's those babies, Lisa? I saw real quick come across my feed. Was it Mikey that wasn't feeling good? I know, I can't wait either. I missed the last couple and I felt so bad, but you know, life gets in the way, right? Hello, Marilyn. So we're gonna give this a little head start and dry it. I'm gonna have to dig out my Classic Crackle step 2, but we'll put step 2 on here and start working on this one. Flu A and is boycotting medicine for that poor baby. What did you say you use to wash? I use, so Dollar Tree has this 91% alcohol, or Walmart, I think it's 99. Or you can get a solvent-based like brush cleaner. That's just what I use, and it works. But it's got to be at least 91%. Hey Michelle, how are you? All right, let's get step 2 of the Fine Line onto this bottle. I busted open. Oh, you're welcome, Miss Kim. Hello, Julia. How are you? Hello, Peggy. Can hear people. Okay, so I also need a reminder that I gotta put the garbage can out. I have to do it this week. Aren't they cute? And then these are going right on top, and they're getting a little stencil on them. Thank you, Miss Cindy. So I'm starting on this side. I left that sticker on there as a guide so that I knew which way I was going. So step 2 is a lot thinner, right? And you want to make sure you get it on there, but that you don't get like all these funky runs. Ask me how I know. It's no fun at all. So I will be on, I'll let you guys know for sure tomorrow morning. I believe I will be on TH Decor Creative Friends either tomorrow or Wednesday morning. I do have a phone call to make when I get off of here this evening. That's going to kind of determine what I'm doing tomorrow morning. But I will also be doing the drawing in there. So I'll be spinning the wheel for that bottle. And I think we're just going to do a cute little craft in there. A quick one, I should say. Hi, Nicole, just got here. What's happening with the washer? It needs a part for the hot water hose. We are dealing with fires now, about 20 minutes from us, and in Myrtle Beach after. Oh, no. Oh, no. Wednesday. Tanya, you share a birthday with my daughter, March 5th. Baby girl's birthday is Wednesday. How sweet. So I should remember. Yes, my daughter's birthday is Wednesday too. Hi, Meg. Are you doing anything exciting, Tanya? I'll say happy birthday now, just in case. So if anybody wants to wish Miss Tanya a happy birthday, absolutely. Are you going out? Are you doing anything for your birthday? Let me find step 2 of the classic crackle. Like I said, I wasn't sure what we were doing, so I did not pull it, y'all. Well, there's another fine line. Yours is March 7th, Evelyn. You're not going to be old. Stop it. I would say you're only as old as you feel, but every day you feel a little different. So I don't say that anymore. That's the random crackle. Y'all, this might take me a hot second. Is that more fine line? I think I have a fine line problem. Hi, Tammy. Everything I'm picking up is fine line crackle. I shouldn't have that many fine lines. Note to self, don't order fine line. Oh my goodness. There it is. We are having nasty rain coming in. Might wait until the weekend to do something. Okay. Look at, guys, and I have like 3 big ones. Hey, Renee, how are you? And I have half of a small one left too. So like this is step 2, but see how little those crackles are? That's what we're gonna be using. Okay, so husband will be gone 4 years Wednesday. Oh my God, Shirley. I am so sorry. Oh, I'm so sorry. You have the same problem? Hi, Kim Marcellos. How are you? Hello, Connie. So I'm going to give these, this one's definitely going to take a few minutes to dry. Well, they both, wait, what did I just do? I did that right. I thought I did it all wrong. The problem here is winds and terrain. Ugh. I have a couple runs on this, y'all. We'll put that on the back side of the bottle and I think we'll be fine. I think you're gonna see it with the ribbon. And I'm just gonna show you, that's what I mean. See how there's like a run there? I'm gonna turn this down just a little bit. These are small bottles. So we have step 1 on this one. I kind of want to get this dry and get step 2 on it. And then we're going to wrap ribbon around the base of those trees while this is doing the rest of its thing. Hello, Karen. Hi, wifey. You want to keep your heat moving. Remember not to leave your heat in one spot. You will burn your fine line. And once you do that, there ain't no going back. I've done it. It's no fun. Hi, Miss Peggy. Your oldest sister's is on the 7th. So we're going to wrap these. I think we're going to wrap them. I'm not sure. I have this beautiful ribbon that I got from Miss Sue. So I initially had picked this up, but it's almost like, I'm not sure. So I wanted to see if there was pink in here. And then I have some beautiful ribbon that I think Miss Kim sent me. That might be pretty, but I don't know if it's wide enough. Like all these different ribbons in here. Sue, you know that I struggled figuring out how to open this stinking box, right? So this is some gorgeous, look, I just want to show you. Look how cute. So I'm thinking, is this too wide? And if I cut it down the middle, can I get 2 pieces out of it? Of course not, why would I? But it doesn't have to be, we'll see what we got. But there's some beautiful chiffon ribbons in here. So let's see what we got here. I don't think this is going to be wide enough, but I wonder how we can pull this off. Oh yeah, it is. That's super cute. Okay, so we're going to use that for the base of those trees. So this is not 100% dry yet. We're going to just... We only put step 1 on here, right? Hi Sandra, how are you? See what happens when I have too many going on at once? Oh, that's a crackling. It's hard to see because it's white, but it's definitely crackling. That's going to be pretty. We're going to put the pigments, I think, in this one. And then we have to put our varnish on there and dry that. So this is what we're going to use on the bottom of these trees. And I'm going to use, what am I using for glue? I'm just going to use the tacky glue. Oh, there it is. Hi, Vicky. How are you? We are 363 days apart. What do we mean? Hello, Carla. Whoop, yep, there we go. Hi, Debbie. So this actually matches like that vintage kind of pink that this tree turns into. So that's what we're gonna do on here. I thought this was gonna be quick, and then I always forget like the drying time, and now I realize I gotta put that top coat on. This is cute ribbon. So let me think. If I do, okay. I did paint the bottom of these because they had like a wood looking base, and I didn't want that wood look. And they have ribbon at Dollar Tree. I think it just depends on what look you're wanting. Like I said, initially I thought I was gonna do that pink, but I decided to go a little shabbier with this. So this material is almost a little stretchy. So I'm trying not to pull on it. Oh my goodness, that glue is stinking fast. Okay, stop. You chickened out? Yeah, nope, I wasn't gonna do it. I sure as heck wasn't gonna do it. Man, that glue is no joke. I know I used it once before and said it was quick, but look how cute. So just a little ribbon to go on the bottom. I always love when I can pull something out that was sent that I totally forgot I had. All right, I'm not gonna go all the way around. I'm gonna go section this time. Gonna do the same thing on this. And this is the Turbo Tacky Glue by Eileen's. That is some quick stick glue. I'll tell you that much. That glue is not messing around. And like I said, they have these trees at Dollar Tree in different colors. I think you can even put these like, maybe like a little candle holder, put some moss around them, because they kind of have that like vintage rustic-y kind of feel to them, that you could make some of the cutest little things with them. Even though they're little trees, it's not Christmas, but they're still adorable. You could probably pull those eggs off too. That's what I should have did, is grabbed a few more and seen, well, no, it looks like they're hot glued in there, so. But you can probably paint those eggs and turn them into bulbs, because why not? So when Easter goes on clearance, you could probably do that. Hi, Joy. Make them like a vintage gold. Okay. So those are done. Let's see where we're hitting with our... The fine line is the one I really need to worry about to get the area nice and dry. Because we need to put our solvent-based varnish on this. So I'm going to go ahead and put my gold pigment in there. It's already crackled. I believe it's all the way dry. It's got beautiful crackle. Hi, Joanne. The other one we're doing in Classic Crackle. Can you see? So when it hits the light, you could see that beautiful crackle. So we're going to take our gold pigment. Do I have it laying out? Nope, I don't this time. Maybe we'll use our antique gold. Yeah, we'll use the antique gold metal pigment. So this is the antique gold metal pigment by TH Decor. And we're going to put that right into all of that crackle. Hi, Linda. Hello, Brenda. Let me find. All right, so what I need to do is set that there. I know I got a fluffy brush here somewhere. This one will work. Okay. We ready for the crackle part? Let me move this over here so I don't get any of that metal pigment in there. And then we'll put our varnish on here quickly so that it can start to dry. So I just dip into the metal pigment, kind of come into that lid, and then just take your pigment, move it around. Don't worry, the excess is going to wipe off. Or you can use your antique paste, whichever you choose. Let's do 2 sides, wipe it back, and then go to the next side. Thank you, Miss Sue. Grab a microfiber, dry towel, whatever works. Don't grab a baby wipe. And look at, and this bottle was already white when I got it. Hi, Deborah. Hey, Sherry. So this came from Dollar Tree as well. So I actually, when I went today, they have some cute little, I haven't been there in a hot minute. They have some cute little like perfume bottles in some really cool shapes. I should have grabbed the one. I really wanted it. And then I got distracted by something and didn't snag it. And I probably should go back and grab one. I'm going to regret it because they'll probably won't have it again. And I'm going to wish I had it because sometimes I love doing like little cute bottle sets. They don't always have to be big mama jammas. They can be cute little sets, right? Do it on like a little tray. So that's with the antique gold metal pigment. So it's not super shiny. And that way it's got like a deeper gold. Hi, Sissy. It'll have a deeper gold. We are going to wrap ribbons around here and we have to put that transfer on there. So what we're going to do is we're going to seal it really quick so that we can put that transfer on. Ay vey, Nicole. So that we can put that transfer on there. So where did I get these? I got these at Dollar Tree. Here, I'll show you because you might be thinking they look like this. So see these? You can get these in the makeup section at Dollar Tree. And they have them in this shape. They're actually super soft. They work beautifully. And then Dollar General, as a matter of fact, oh, they're in my car. I never pulled them out of my car. Dollar General had a sale. Let me see if I have one here. I do. So Dollar General has these. They're 99 cents over in their makeup brush department. Like if you go look by the Wet n Wild and so forth. they have them. You want them to be super soft, even if you get a bigger brush, like a fluffy makeup brush, anything. Even if it's got longer bristles, it doesn't matter because it's just going, you're just going to put it into the tip of your metal pigment. Those are the small miniature bottles and makes them into my, oh my God, how stinking cute is that? So we're going to use the glossy varnish solvent based, and we're going to put that right over this bottle. We'll dry it for a minute and then kind of let it sit. This does, because it is solvent based, take a little bit to dry, but we'll get that process going while we're doing the other bottle. Yeah, I never, for like what I'm going to use for like soft fluffy brushes, like for the pigments and for the heck is my other brush? Like this one probably came from a dollar store for the pigments and for the Nicole, think. My brain's not working. The antique paste and so forth. I don't buy expensive ones. That's just me. This is why I don't. Because now I gotta find where the bottom of that brush is. No one saw that. Hey, Shannon. So again, this is the fine line. The other one is the classic. So we're going to put step 2 on the classic, but we're going to seal this real quick first before we put that transfer on there. And then I'll put another coat of sealer on it after the transfer has been put on there. And again, this is also thin, so you want to be careful because you can get runs, and you don't want those dripping down your bottle. Kind of like what I did with step 2 here. You saw nothing. You guys are so supportive in that department. Sue saw it. She'll say she saw it. Terry probably saw it. Oh, Sarah, I'm so excited to see you. Then you clean your puffy brushes. It depends. Like if I've used them, like I used that one on the gold pigment, I'll actually set it down right here in case I decide to use it within the next couple days. But yes, I do wash them. So I used to use like the Wet n Wild brushes, and I thought, you know, at the time they worked great. But the fluffier the brush, I think the prettier it is on your project, because the Wet n Wild brushes you kind of get heavy-handed with. They're just shaped a little bit differently. So like this was a cheap brush, right? I use this in my waxes. And if you don't wash them, they kind of get all, I don't know, all funky and wonky. So now I use those like if I want to get down deep into something. So I'm going to show you how I clean this brush off, but I need to show Sarah something. Hold on one second. See, Sue's laughing already. Sarah, the fact that you pulled this out the other day, I was actually busting out laughing because I'm going to show you something that oh, shiitakes, I already had prepped and was ready to do. Well, sort of prepped. Does that look familiar, Sarah? So somebody sent me this and I was so excited to do it. I turned you on your live on yesterday and I went, are you kidding me right now? I was busting up laughing. I'm like, well, I'm not pulling that sucker out tonight. Just so you know, I got the same one. And how our minds thought alike in that department, I don't know. So for the solvent-based sealer, yes, you could put this in a cup. I use my mat for everything. You guys know that. 91% or higher rubbing alcohol. Do not use anything else. And then once you've kind of cleaned this whole thing off, oh, thank you, Donna. Then you can put it in your water and wash it with your Dawn or scrubby soap or whatever it is you use. But you want to get all of that out of there. So then I'll like squeegee it into a towel, come back in the areas like I didn't wipe it down with. Use a cup, it's easier if you don't have one of these mats. This is just how I do it. And then I actually just sit that there. And when I go to wash my brushes or at the end of the night, I do take my solvent-based any brushes and I wash those at the end of the night. After I've used like my solvent-based varnishes. I try not to let those sit in the water. You can put it in the water, but I try not to let those sit in the water just in case. I know, and it was like, I couldn't stop watching you paint it, Sarah, and I'm like, hi, Natalie, and I'm like, note to self, don't do it the same way. And then I was like, man, that's so pretty, though. Okay, so I'm going to just dry this just a little bit to give it a head start while we put step 2 of the classic crackle on here. I actually had to get up, Sarah, and go. I have, Sissy. Not enough, but I have. I actually had to get up and come in here and double check that it was the same tray. I'm like, I think that was the same. It's literally the same tray. Hey, Terry. So this is going on there, right? The tree, some beautiful ribbons. Good thing Terry popped in now and not like 10 minutes ago, right? Thanks, Sissy. But I can't get the checks out of my head now, though, because the checks was actually, that was the funny part. That's what I was thinking, but I was going more like gold. So this is step 2 of the classic crackle. And we're just going to go in and we're going to put that on there, dry it. Hey, Miss Barbara. Let's make sure step 1 is completely dried, though, before we do anything. And it looks like it is. It is. So, oh my God, I almost put step 1 on there. Oh, thanks, Joy. You almost watched me put, because they look so much. This one's a little lighter. Terry Lightsy, you missed nothing. No, she didn't. The washer just needs a part. My son-in-law ordered it, so he's waiting for it to come in, and then he'll fix it. It was a, oh, shiitakes. Hot water hose that was leaking in there. So he actually turned the hot water off, so I can only wash in cold now until it comes in, but whatever, I'm not, y'all know my laundry habits, I'm not worried about it. Unless something really needs to be sanitized, then I'll worry about it, but. So maybe possibly Sunday when everybody comes over for dinner, because I'm having them all here for dinner, little ones and all. who just said, I can't believe you don't get paint in your hair. I don't get paint in my hair, but I get liquid leaf and glue and product in my hair. So I only went up to this part of the neck of the bottle, I think. Okay, so that is on there. Oh, Rochelle. Did she list all her products? Y'all, so you know I have an affiliate. Are they listed? First off, let me know if, are they affiliated? Let me know if they're listed. So again, this one is water-based. So that one is just fine. I have gold tips from painting today. Do you? That's hilarious. All right, once I get confirmation that they're listing, then I can share some exciting news with you. So we're gonna dry this. Yes, okay, so Crafts and Chaos, if you could put my link in there, Sue. You guys know I have an affiliate with Crafts and Chaos, which is Miss Terry. And I love working with Terry. She's been so good to me. And she opened up her store, and she carries a lot of pen art products as well. Chalk paint is better than acrylic. See, yeah, some people love chalk paint. I mix chalk paint and acrylic, but I love acrylic paint too. Acrylic is what I mostly use. Thank you, Melissa. So Miss Terry is loaded a bunch of new products in her store, and we support one another all the time. Terry's been wonderful to me. So if you use my link for Crafts and Chaos, it helps me and it helps Terry. And I love just, you know, if I can send people her way, absolutely. So she's got Primo products, you know, like my favorite papers, which are like the dryer sheets. She has those in. Thank you, Sue. She has different paints and all kinds of stuff. You guys definitely want to go check it out because I know she just listed them. I haven't even used them on here yet. However, I do have stuff coming in, so you'll see me using some fun new products, but she's got transfers over there now. I'm so super excited. So if you want to check it out before I even get mine, go and do that. And Sue just put the link in for her page too. She's got Finnabear products. Oh my gosh, she's got so many fun new things and so many new beautiful colors. And she's always been so good to me, so I just love supporting her. Hi, Jeanette. And I'm so excited for her. They're not actual dryer sheets. I don't know. Okay, Miss Terry. So I'll see if I can pin it. I'll have to ask her. I'm not sure if my box has come in yet or not. Can anybody see if that, there it is. It's pinned at the bottom now. So my Crafts and Chaos link is pinned in the bottom of the comments. I get it, Evelyn. I 100% get it. crapola? I can't see nothing. Okay, I see crackle, but I always forget how little this crackle is. It's itty bitty, right, Terry? I'm not losing my mind. I know it's there. Like, I see it up on the shoulders of the bottle. Okie dokie. So that one dries really quickly. It is. So this is really little crackle. So this is going to come out super vintage looking, which is what I'm kind of going for, right? We're going to use our antique paste in Umbra. And I'm thinking I'm just going to get... it is not fixed yet, but it will be fixed. So it is something fixable. At least we're knocking on wood. Your new box is going to be delivered tomorrow. Once is here. Okay, so my new creator box tomorrow, guys. So Craft and Chaos, go in there and shop. And then tomorrow when my box launches, I will put out a telegram and you can add the box. And then you want to check out, because you guys know that my creator boxes sell out quick, and I'm going to, well, you'll see it tomorrow. So you'll see what's in there tomorrow. And she's got new molds too. Okay, so I like working on these when it's still warm. So this is the Umbra Antique Paste. Shop till you drop. Listen, I'm gonna be in trouble if I go up there, just saying. So I'm gonna show you what this is doing. They are going to do something about that. I don't understand. I'm gonna have to go back and read those comments because I'm missing stuffs. And then we're gonna, okay, so this bottle is very warm. I'm just gonna go in with my finger. They were sent to me by Pretty Pieces by Michelle, because I do bottles. So she sent me one so that I could hold on to my bottle, and it is a nifty little tool to have. So yeah, they're from Pampered Chef. So I'm going to show you. So it's going to be so hard to... It is a very small crackle. Can you see that? This is water-based, so I'm gonna kind of go in. With a baby wipe and just kind of wipe some of that back. Great for the, I didn't think about, I don't use a toaster. Do you know where I make toast? In the air fryer. No joke. Hi, Cheryl. So because this is such a fine crackle, you know, I am using Umbra. I may put a little bit of that antique gold in here just to bring a little bit of sparkle to it. So we can do that. It's not going to hurt anything. These aren't going to be like a pair of bottles like in a set or anything. But because that transfer is so stinking cute, they're very tiny. Very, very, very tiny cracks. You love Pampered Chef. So that Umbra really, really stands out on it, right? See? See how little that crackle is? I do that as well. It's great. Quick, I don't mess. You get with a toaster, right? That I'm using in the crackle, the Antique Paste in Umbra. But it is the Classic Crackle Varnish. I know people love fine line. And when I first used this, I didn't expect like that itty bitty tiny crackle because I was using fine line so much. But if you want to actually like vintage something out, this is a great product, I think. You know, kind of give it an older aged look. I love that look that it gives. I think I just went up a little bit on the neck of the bottle. And I see what I did back here, which is where we're, or up here, is where we're going to put that transfer. Did you see when I was like looking at the bottle as I was putting step 2 on? That one, step 2 on this dries really quickly. And I went over step 2, I think, on the front of this bottle, double, because there's no crackle right in the center. You can actually see where I did it. You got the fine line crackle, sissy? So it is called Classic Crackle. This is what that looks like. I like the random one too. So random crackle is the same thing, but you don't get crackle everywhere. It's literally randomly throughout your project. So you get that itty bitty crackle just randomly everywhere. And I think it's depending on what you like. So you guys have seen me do like vintage antique bottles, shabby bottles, glammy bottles, 50s bottles. I love all of that stuff. So I just use depending on how I want my my project to look. So okay, so that's what we're going to do there. But I am going to go in with the antique gold too, I believe. Just a little bit. Thank you, Tanya. And then this is going to have ribbon. I think we're going to put ribbon all the way around. Finally, a good silver. Ooh, I need a pretty silver. I'm going to put just touches of this. Maybe along the shoulders, just to give it a little bit of a... And I see that it's sticking to it because of the Umbra, and I actually love that. We want to age this up, so that's what we're doing. Give it a little bit. See how I just put the gold like on the shoulders, up into the neck a little bit. So you can use this one, yes, this one is water-based. So you don't have to be scared of whatever it is you're using on this. How do I want to do this? Do I want to do glossy? Oh. Get some crackle medium. Do you like the fine line or do you like more of like between the paints, Sarah? Because we have a one-step crackle that like you lay your paints and then you lay your crackle. and then your paint over that, so it gives you like that crackled effect. I think this one's going on here. The other one's going over there. See how pretty that's gonna look on that like vintage looking bottle? See what I was kind of going for? Let me think for 1 second. I feel like I want to dirty the top of this up a little bit. Even though we didn't put crackle there. So this one is fine line. That's the fine line crackle. And that's just directly on the glass. And then this one is the classic crackle. And I did not put that classic crackle all the way up. I guess hindsight, I could have, but that's all right. We can make it work. You like it? And I liked the idea for this one because it is a vintage bottle to begin with. So this was a old vintage bottle that was actually like dug out of the ground by my best friend's husband's family back in the day. She's got the coolest bottles, and they literally would go and dig them out of the ground. I know I've heard people talk about it, but I just never knew that that's what they did. You like fine line. I need help crackling. I just can't get it down. Do you have it? Because I'll help you. Just message me or FaceTime me or on Messenger. I'll walk you through it. Okay, so that's what we got. Hi, Debbie. Let's see if we have this dry. Awesome, Trish. Thank you. This is dry. So we can put the transfer on that one, but I need to... Do I want to do glossy varnish on this? Or are we going matte? If I go matte, I'm going to kind of lose that gold. What do you guys think? I wonder. Look, I'm about to do something really dumb. What do you think, Terry? Do I put that transfer without? Think it'll go on there? About to be really stupid and brave. Supposed to, maybe I won't. You're supposed to put a top coat. Where is my little... Let's just go... Let's go with Duraclear. I think we're going to go matte. Why is this so runny? Holy stinking cow. So we're going to go with the Duraclear matte. You think glossy? I'm having a hard time deciding which one I want. Oh, okay, Sarah. I can help you out. Yes, I know I need to put it on there. Yes, glossy. Oy vey. Okie dokie. I'm just gonna go regular gloss, not like my high gloss. Okay, we're doing glossy. Usually I can figure that one out on my own, but And then I'll put another coat once that transfer is on there. Hi, Kimberly. All right, so we didn't use solvent, so this will dry pretty quick. Oh, you were saying yes to it'll go on there? That's what I was wondering because it's a varnish system. I don't know. I gotta call you. You'd be so proud of me. I did a thing today, Terry. I just gotta sign a paper. That's gonna be so pretty on that bottle. Hi, Alexandra. Hi, Lucretia. How are you? Hello, Miss Carrie. So I'm just gonna give this a quick little head start into the drying process. We're gonna get the transfer on this one. Okay. So this one already has the glossy varnish on there. Make sure I got the right egg. One is definitely bigger than the other. That one's going there. This one's going here. See, this is just a little more like brighter colors. Let's cut those edges off a little bit. I plan on painting my first bottle tomorrow, but I won't be decoupaging it. I'll have to try to... Are you doing that in the afternoon or in the evening? All right, she's on there. This needs to go in the water. So I'm not going to be making these paintbrushes. I think tonight's a paintbrush night. Lord, we all know I need to do something with my time. I know, so... Took about 45 minutes over the phone, Terry. So it was super easy, and I didn't have to figure it out and have to understand any of it. And he said he thinks he can get it, so... Said he doesn't see a problem. Hello, Debbie. So I'm just taking my little stick. We're gonna rub this on there. Kind of comes around the corner just a little bit. And we have takeoff. Yay! These are gonna be cute little bottles, y'all. think I'm going to put these up when we do our little sale on the 22nd too. That went on there beautifully. It's almost all down. Just this little rounding around the corner of that bottle. How stinking cute. So it will be for an event, but yes, I'll be in here with auction and maybe like, it's not going to be a full onboard auction, but like a little mini, instead of a mystery box event. Look how stinking cute that is. Isn't that pretty? So then this will go on top. I'm thinking we're going to kind of point it this direction. Did I miss something, Terry? Isn't that so cute? So Terry's store is actually pinned in the comments. Look how cute that is. So what do we want to do as far as, I feel like I need a really good glue. I kind of want to do heavy body gel. And we're going to do ribbon. Let's see how this holds. If I feel this isn't holding good, we'll come back in with heavy body gel. It's super lightweight enough. Let's point out the blue and the green. I was thinking we had to pull out the pink, but let's bring out, we'll point the blue and the green to the front. Now remember, when you get these at Dollar Tree, they do unscrew from the base. The base is wooden. And what I did is I snipped off the metal part and screwed it back onto that little wooden base so that you didn't see like that base. And oh, this is the perfect green for this too. Look at this green. That's gonna go, I like that. Okay, so what do we do? Do we do green and pink? Hi, Kimberly. Do we do green? I don't have the actual blue. Let's do something a little shabbier. Let's do let's bring out a little bit of that gold. I don't want to go too much, but I want just enough to like kind of put something right on the neck there, right? So I think that'll be perfect. With that, oh, that's such a pretty ribbon. I love that together. That's so pretty. Oh, no, man down. Well, well, the whole stinking thing unrolled. Okay. Feel like it should hang over here. That is the prettiest stinking ribbon. Who knew I'd like ribbons so much? I know, I love using the little trees as toppers, like even at Christmas, put them in like those little like oil and vinegar crafts, and I did a whole tray set with those. They were super cute. I just kind of want to loosely put it on there to make it look like I don't want it so perfect looking. So I'm going to actually rough that up a little bit. Pull some of the strings out. Shabby it out. Hi, Bernice. Look how stinking cute. Isn't that adorable? Like that green just kind of pulled it all because of the green that's in the egg. I actually love that. What do you guys think? Hearts, yay? I think that green is perfect because you got the pink here, the pink in the tree, there's pink in the flowers. I needed to bring something else out. I like that a lot. And it's just soft enough that it's pretty with that fine line. Okay, so this one, oh, well, Nicole, you should have probably checked before you grabbed it. Make sure this is really nice and dry. So you want to make sure that your top coat is very dry before you put your transfer on. Isn't that adorable? Thank you. It's fun. It's cute for Easter. It's nothing majorly big. You know, you could put that on your windowsill, on your kitchen counter. I make sure that it's nice and dry, and then I kind of start adding pressure to make sure. Okay, so same thing. We're going to put our transfer down on this one. This we're going to go with some, hi, vey, Nicole, you can't get under the transfer. Thanks, Trish. I never thought of using a tree as a bottle topper. You use, Jeanette, and here we use anything as a bottle topper. Literally anything. Ornaments. You use jewelry. You can use anything. We use cheese knives. Yeah, the top of a tiered tray. So should we go left on this one? Do we go... Let's go left on this one. We're gonna go same direction. No, we're not. Nicole, why is it if you're a lefty, you want to point everything to the other way? Thank you. It does have a cute little delicate look to it. So same thing. I'm gonna put our transfer on this way. Is it already almost 8 o'clock? Holy stinking cow. Look how cute that one is on there. Isn't that pretty? Hi, Michelle. Hi, Norma. If I didn't see you popping in, I'm so sorry. And I always tell you guys, if you have a question, feel free, if I didn't see it, or I didn't see you come in, to just repeat yourself. I'll eventually see you. Thanks, Diana. Sometimes they fly by and I don't see them. Oh, that went on beautiful. I'll tell you what, these laid down really nice. And again, I'll do a top coat again over the whole bottle, but I want to go over the stencil, so I will put another top coat on. I usually like to put a couple of coats of clear coat. Hi, Amy. How are you? Thank you so much. How are you doing? Look how cute that one is. I like that. So see what I mean? Like, so just kind of like dainty and cute, and you know, has that pretty vintage. This is more of like a, still cute, still dainty, but has more of the, okay, so I want to show pink. I just want to see where I want the trees up here. I don't have blue ribbon. So I think what we're gonna do is, because I don't want the green showing, we'll go between the blue and the yellow and show more of the tree on this one, I think. And my glue kind of came undone on this. So I'm just gonna put another dab of glue there and glue that ribbon down. I'm gonna hold that there for a second. Yep. So now this one, I don't have a cork in here that would fit in here to kind of give it more of a base. So I'm going to go just around the rim of the bottle. And again, if this doesn't stick for whatever reason, I'll go back in and do heavy body gel so that I know it'll stick. I'll do the same thing there. And I was going between the blue and the yellow. Hi, Regine. How are you, darling? How cute. So cute. Now, I know that I almost kind of want to do this. All right, I kind of know what I want to do here, because what I want to do is wrap this around the neck and then put the ribbon here to hang off. See if this makes sense to you guys. Rather than hang it off the neck here. See, look how pretty that looks with that ribbon kind of laying in there. Isn't that pretty? So that's what we're going to do. Thank you. Just a fun, different idea, I think. Hey, Nicole, take the lid off. Hi, Barbara. That way we kind of fill all these spaces. Thanks, Rita. I'm coming around. We're just gonna snip this evenly. Almost there, guys. Promise. Okay, so there's that. I actually really like that. And we put that ribbon, and that glue will dry clear. So we're golden on that department. And then we can actually pull this deeper blue or we could, no, that's too dark. Let me see what I got. Too yellow. Where's the bag? Oh, wait a minute. Who knew? I have blue. Okay, so blue and let's go with this. What do you guys think? Pink and beige? You think pink? See, I'm trying to pull some of that blue. What do you guys think? I think if I cut this in half, it'll be just enough blue. Oh, wait. Nope. I got this one in blue. It's the same blue. Does that make sense? And then go with a darker one? Or is that too white? That's too white. What if I cut this? This actually matches it perfectly. But well, what's the worst that's going to happen? We're going to have to cut it anyway, right? I'll put the whole one on. And then if we don't like it, we'll cut it in half. And what I'll do is kind of like so. Like what I'll do is kind of go under and leave that darker color out so that the bottle is wrapped in the darker color and you see touches of blue. I was going to, but the colors don't match. That's why I kind of went the other way with the tree. Like we're on the other tree, they matched the front of the bottle. And these ones just don't. Does that make sense? So because there's pink in the bottle, I just showed more of the pink. Definitely didn't cut that blue long enough. Let's see what happens here. If I have to cut another piece of the blue, I will. See what this looks like. I don't really like it cut catty corner. I want it more. So I'm just kind of pulling the strings along the edges of this. And I'm going to cut right down the middle of this ribbon so that it lays differently. That's better. Make a dog pile for the bottle topper. You could. So that ribbon is pretty wide. I'm just cutting straight up the middle to give it like smaller strings. Lord, I need new scissors. Someone send help. All right, what do you guys think of the blue? Oh, shoot. Almost lost that whole tree off the top. Yeah, so I almost kind of don't like that purple in there, but like it looks cute on this one, right? You got the green and the blue up front. This one, I wonder if I should not glue that on and see if I can find another tree for it. Oh, wait. No, it's not green. Oh, that's awesome, Trish. I'm going to tilt it just a little bit. I don't know. I'm not sure how I like that tree on there. Turn the tree so the blue egg. The blue is so different. The blue is so throwing me off on that egg. We did, because you can see some of the pink and yellow. What about that way? Do we like it like that? See, this one is so cute. It came out like perfect. Thank you, Regine. I don't know. I might have to look for a different tree that shows maybe just the pink up front. See, that would have been perfect. Am I crazy? Are they both the same? They're literally both the same. Look. Thank you. Add a pink ribbon, you think? What if I go... Thank you, Sissy. I don't know. It's cute. It's a fun little bottle. Let's say tree doesn't work on second bottle. That's what I'm sitting here going, what the heck would I put on top of it though? That was the other thing, is I was just literally sitting here going, I wonder if I could paint those eggs, but they're hot glued into those bristles, and if you try to get around them, you're going to ruin the whole tree. So I'm debating if I should even just pull it off. Y'all, because look, now I like it. Look how cute it is. Now I really like it. Now that the tree is off of it, I love it. See, this one's cute with the tree. Maybe we just need to find another one like this. But now I love it without the tree, because it's a vintage bottle. Does that make sense? Hold on. I might have a topper specifically for this bottle. Actually, I know I do. I just gotta find it. Oh, vey. It's in here. At least I know what drawer it's in. Alright, y'all, we're gonna have to ignore all the noise. Oh, yeah. Okay, I know exactly which one it is. It's just finding the stinking thing. Don't judge. I'm in the topper box. For those that know, they know. If you know, you know. carry it over with me. If you know that too. Okay. Alright. That's not it. Where is the... Oh my goodness. Here's one. That would go great on the green paper. Oh, shoot. No. Tell me I used it on something and I'll cry. That would have been pretty too. On the other bottle. Maybe I'm lying to y'all. I might be lying to you. And I may have already used it. Shoot. Well, this one might be cute. Alright, I lied to you. I must have used it. It's not in there. MG, are you rummaging in toppers? Yes. I had one. Okay, that kind of looks cute. I am, Sue. I was in the drawer. Do we like that one? Now that I'm eating my hair from leaning over. You guys let me know if you like this one. That might be the one I was looking for, and it was in my hand the whole stinking time. I just thought it was a little darker than that. Or just without. It doesn't really need one. Target has some adorable small gold bunnies in their dollar section. Really? I like it better than the tree too. I don't like the tree on this one. Help. That means I have to go to Target. This one's cute. I like that idea, but I like this either with or without the topper. See, like this is a green one that would have looked if it was, well, maybe if it was a lighter, but it needs to be blue, not green. You like it. You like it with the topper on it. Okie dokie. I have glass knobs, but I just don't think they're like vintagey looking, if that makes sense. Like my glass knobs are really like fancy. Love it. And look, this one, do you have cheese knife bunny? No, I have no more. I might go look at the gold topper. See how this one looks crackled? Do you see that? Like that's that enamel look. I love that. I like it without, but I'm not gonna glue this topper down just in case. I might go to see what they have for the bunnies. That's gonna cause a problem because that means I'm gonna want to make bunny bottles. Are they big gold bunnies? You like the topper. You like that one. Because I can paint the bunnies. They don't have to be gold. And I feel like this is a little lighter than what I was looking for. Because I can vintage a bunny topper up to go with this look. Yeah, I'm going to leave it off just in case. So I'll leave it like this till I go look at the gold bunnies at Target. Maybe I'll see if they have them online. And I think this one's cute. No, they're small. I'll have to go look. Would it fit in there? Because that's got like a wider mouth. I could probably make it fit. This one's cute. It's fun, different. Fine line crackle, essential stencil, transfer. These, again, these are from last year. Kind of like it like this. See how I put like gold pigment, just rubbed it on there and in the shoulders and so forth, just to kind of like vintage it up. And then this is the classic crackle, which is very, very, very small, but it gives it that aged look. Bunny topper would look cute. I wish I had little bunnies, but I don't. I don't even think I have little. My bird in here. No, it's too big. I thought I had a little bird. I do have a little bird. Could use, now I want to go to Target as well. Girl, I want to go, but I don't want to go. If you feel my pain, I don't want to go. Hold on. Hold for one moment. Yes, I have drawers stored under here. Where is... I know I have a stinking bird. There it is. Thank you. Target.com. Here we come. Oh my God, how funny. Now, obviously, the bird would have to be painted. This is just because I'm just thinking how cute. What do you guys think of the bird? If I painted the bird and aged the bird up, how cute would the bird be? Because then it's not like, I mean, it's spring. Do we like the bird? You gotta look past the white of the bird. Yay, nay. I know my comments are a little delayed. I see thumbs up. Do we like heart? Do we like, throw some hearts, let me know. Or give me your opinion. Put blue, pink, and cream flowers in it. Yeah, you could put flowers in it. You like the bird? Joy says yes. Love the bird. Yes, the bird. See, sometimes if you just think long enough. Okay. So we'll prime the bird and then we'll paint it. So I'll prime it with you and then I'm going to hop off of here. That way it's primed and ready to go. So this is the bonding primer I use by Pen Art. Okay. See, yeah, Spanish moss. Oh, Lord, I threw all of that stuff out. Okay, why can't I get into my bonding primer? Here's another one. Well, Sue, if I knew where I put this stinking thing. Yes, the bird. Okay. So I know this one came from Hobby Lobby. Like, oh my word, what is on that brush? Jeez, oh man, Nicole, what the heck is wrong with you? Yes to the bird. Okay, love it. Yeah, we're gonna age. We'll age it. But this is why I love bonding primer. Look how smooth and quick it makes this job. Like, it's not globby, thick. It just goes on beautifully smooth. See? And you paint over it beautifully. I love it. And you don't need a ton of it. So like this jar literally will last me forever. Ask me why I have 3 or 4 of them laying around. I don't know, but so we'll prime this. I'll let this sit till tomorrow. And then I'll come back and paint it. And it's got some detail in the wings and so forth. And we can age it with some antiquing gel to match bird down. Do you see how little I'm actually putting on my brush? Okay, bird it is. Either way, it needs to be primed. Hi, Anne. Alrighty. Well, that's all I got for tonight, guys. Keep an eye on my Telegram. If you are not already signed up for Telegram but want to know when I go live, I do put a Telegram out anywhere from 10 to 15 minutes every day before I go live. So, all right, y'all. Brushes all in water. I'm actually going to take my brush container with me. Y'all, this is an issue. Don't judge. You ready? Hold up. This is a problem. No more brushes are going to fit in here. You're welcome, Meg. And I will also put a Telegram out as well as post on my page tomorrow as soon as my box comes in and she's got that launched. Oy vey, guys. I will post that as well. But go to Craft and Chaos. It is pinned down below. She has some amazing new products that she just put in her store. So I am sure people are already shopping like crazy. Go check it out. And then tomorrow when my new box comes in, you guys can just add that and check on out. So guess I'm going to spend a couple hours washing brushes. We'll figure out what we're going to do with this. I'll come up with something for it. Lynn? No, I'm not. I don't know what to say to that, Lynn. No, I'm not. Listen. I say don't judge because I'm not lying to you. I'm never showing you my craft room. Lynn's never allowed to see anything ever again. Never again. So I'm going to look for the gold bunny for this. And then this one turned out super cute. So a Dollar Tree bottle, a Dollar Tree little Easter tree. So, all right. Well, I'm sure Lynn will be messaging me. Sue's probably hysterically laughing. But I will see you all sometime tomorrow evening. Same time, same place. How do I clean Dawn dish soap and scrub? I don't know. Lynn threw me off. Scrubby soap. But there's water in here. There's water in here with Dawn. So they just sit in water until I wash them. Listen. I'm not embarrassed. This is my life. Welcome to it. You too, Miss Trish. So I will see you guys all tomorrow. Thank you for being here when you literally could have been anywhere else. It means the world to me. I'll see y'all soon. Bye-bye.